Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Chtistmas Adventure Candy something. Wow, I don't even remember the name of the game. It was so repetitive. We're back to this game, whatever it's called. Like literally, I just finished recording the first episode and have played this game for 30 minutes, and in less than 30 minutes I've forgotten the name of it because it's so generic. It's just this mix of general words. We've got some more of this to do. I suppose a very good question to ask. We're looking for a gnome, a bell key, a candy cane, donut, mitten, squirrel, bullfinch, I believe that's probably this bird, airplane, a plus sign, I guess, a locomotive, and an owl. The question to ask is, before I interrupted myself, does a Christmas game like this, does this Christmas game really get people in more of the mood of Christmas? I suppose that rounds right to the bigger thought of, does all the Christmas movies, all the Christmas music, all the Christmas decorations everywhere get people in the mood more for Christmas? Or are people simply in the mood for Christmas in December and they do all those things because of that? Here's a plus sign, by the way. I don't know. And I don't know if I can even answer that question, because honestly, I'm never really in the mood for Christmas. It's a holiday, certainly, but it's not one of my favorites. And all of these flashy lights and all of the decorations strike me as just a little odd. It's certainly stuff you don't do for the other 11 months out of your year. It's a little flashy. It's a little put on for show. And I find it often exhausting and too much. Particularly if you just don't want to involve yourself too much in Christmas, or if you want to take it at your own pace. It's literally impossible to do in the United States. You can't have a medium Christmas in the United States. You are inundated with people singing songs and blaring songs and decorating. And so if you're not on board with the hype train effectively, you're going to get left behind and feel very much out of the loop. And I guess that's something else to consider. It doesn't really have anything to do with this game. Here's a donut. We're looking for a squirrel. Here's a squirrel. Here's a funny thing. This tiger has like a plus sign on its head, but it kind of looks like an upside down cross. I'm sure they didn't mean to do that. Like, let's see, mitten. I think we've already looked for a mitten, and a bell, and a key. Seems like we're redoing the same things over and over again as a gnome. I was doing a little just random clicking that time. Here's some bells. Those were 2 bells, and they didn't even put an S on it. This game is really, really suffering from bad translation. And that's why if you just had it where you hovered over a word and it showed you a picture, the game would really go down in age rating immediately. Plenty of 5, 6 to 10-year-olds might have trouble reading airplane. But if they hovered over it and they saw a picture of an airplane, they would know what it looks like and what they're looking for. Right now, you have to be able to read this. It's not written in the easiest font ever. It's slightly italicized lettering. A little small for the screen, but then again, you wouldn't want to take up the screen too much with words. Still looking for a mitten, a key, and an airplane. And I find this image particularly very visually busy. A lot of bright lights here, easy to distract you from looking on the edges. And then when I look at the edges, I'm still not finding what I'm needing. Here's the mitten. It's folded over in a strange shape, so that was why I couldn't find it quicker. And so now we're looking for a key. And some of these hidden object games have things in front of things, so you can barely even know it's there. Here's the key, for example. I haven't seen that quite yet, but sometimes you just like the edge of a piece of wood might have a pencil hidden in it, but it won't be the color of a pencil, so very difficult to find. I don't think I particularly like that, or at the very least I think there's two tiers of games for hidden object games. Some that are tricky and are more oriented to adults who have done a lot of hidden object finds. Here's the plane, by the way. It's just right in between these two really bright lights that are here and here, easily overlooked. It looks like any other decoration. Right, we got the rake. This is strange because if we get the rake to this, that would mess that up. Not help it. Does the rake perhaps get rid of the cotton candy? No. We have a candy fly, but we don't know what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to find sewing needles, feed the birds, and find yellow yarn. You know, visually, just visually, the red and green of Christmas might be part of the problem too. Oh, this is the feeder. This is where you're supposed to feed the birds. Okay. We fed the birds. Realize this bird feeder is actually very close to the fourth wall of the screen here, and it's actually really small compared to this. I thought this was just some giant house on top of a mountain. Yeah, this scene, way too much white in the snow, and a lot of distractions all over the place. And yeah, this game just kind of leaves you. It leaves you to your own devices to figure out what you're supposed to do. And I can't click on hidden object things that I've already done. And when I hover over that area, I get that hint. Oh, it's a golden harp. I didn't even realize that was part of it. So if I give the golden harp to this guy, it does nothing. If I give the rake to this guy, it does nothing. And I might just need to use a hint because I really don't know. Let's see. I could cut the pattern here. Tiny house is missing a bell to help open it. And by bell, I believe they mean doorknob. And if we give this is called the lion handle. But I haven't seen anything called the lion handle. Or I haven't seen a lion door. And that didn't make a lot of sense to me that the rake was needed. There's something in the ground, but we need a completely different tool other than the rake to get to that. So we can give this to her. And that. So now we're looking for sewing needles. And I have this beret. But we have this Christmas hat that doesn't seem to do anything. We have this fly that doesn't seem to do anything. So unless I'm supposed to put this handle there, which that didn't make it, wouldn't have made a lot of sense. Have this that I would think I'd be able to break the ice with that, the ice pick, but no. Christmas hat. Perhaps I'm supposed to give the Christmas hat to the bear. Well, I suppose in the for the sake of sanity and brevity, it's just time to use a hint. And almost certainly this is one of those games that will give you an achievement if you don't use any hints. But who cares about that? It wants me to go here. Ever so useful hint, because now I'm in here and I have no idea what to do. It wants me to go here. Let's see. You can grind something in the powder. What would you grind in the powder? The candy fly? The barrette? The sponge? The snowflake part? The hat? The lion handle. And I'm in this scene, all you have is this pedestal. And the spider. I guess we give the fly to the spider. I hadn't thought of that. Okay. Now we have an empty cup. So if I could just get some water into the empty cup, I guess we're now back on track. That took longer than it should have. The fact that we have multiple things is kind of the problem. Like multiple different goals right now are just making it a lacking of direction, I suppose. The game is lacking in giving me guidance. Here's some sewing needles. Knitting needles, actually. And here's a lion, and look, we had already found the lion handle. And that's bad gameplay. You shouldn't find the key before you find the lock. Kind of destroys everything. Researcher, you got into the basement. And the scoop is broken, but I could still fix it. And a clock hand. And a wrench to open that pipe. Doesn't seem like we're going any deeper into that. The clock hand doesn't seem like it works there. Let's give the knitting needles to her. What's happening? What is that? Oh dear, see what my sisters have whizzed. She's messed something up again. Help me fix this repair for the chimney. I can't proceed knitting the sweaters because of the smoke. So it's like her evil sisters are breaking things. And so we've unlocked some more areas. And apparently we can go forward here or we can go forward here. So there's two more hidden object areas right next to each other. I am also noticing this game has kind of a odd Halloween take on it too. With the witches and spiders and such. They always tend to have some kind of Halloween monster themes to them. Well, at least a lot of the hidden object games do, and I don't know why. Again, we're looking for a strawberry, a pin, a ladybug, a sparkler, fly, and orange, a petard. I know hoisting somebody on their petard as in their behind, but I don't know any other object called a petard. A pineapple, a bow, a Santa bag, peas, and a camel. Okay. So here's pineapple. And they didn't say ring, they didn't say this, they didn't say orange, did they? Yes, they did. Here's a pin, as in like a bobby pin. Let's see, did they say acorn or candy? Here's the Santa bag, which that looks rather bloody, that Santa bag. What is that? That is the sparkler. And let's see, peas, camel, bow, petard, fly. Here's some peas. Here's a strawberry. Let's see. What's this? Oops. Don't tell me I have to start all over. Good. Hey, it even moved the things around. That's a lot. Here's the fly. Here's the ladybug. I don't actually know if that helps anything to move the letters around. It probably would be slightly helpful if you're having trouble. Here's the camel. Just to have something to look at that's different, something to think differently about. Let's see. We need a petard, which I don't believe is a wreath. And we need a bow. Here's a bow. And we're left with petards, so click on everything until one of those things works. And we together will figure out what a petard is. Again, I would say this is a problem. I need to be able to back up when I'm down here, not when I'm over here. Okay, petard is like a Christmas cracker, it seems, which is a thing that's used in the UK and in the United States has never been heard of. But basically it's a small firework wrapped in like wrapping paper, and two kids grab each side, or doesn't have to be kids, and you pull and see who gets the bigger side. Congratulations, you've acquired a useful item, Scotch. S-K-O-T-C-H. So I believe that's misspelled, and I believe they mean Scotch tape, not Scotch the alcoholic beverage. And if they meant either one of those, I still think they misspelled Scotch. Wow. I suppose there is probably a lot of Christmas garbage that's sold during the holidays. Cheap candy. Like candy canes, for example. Not bad candy, really. But not really good either. That's why you never really see it available for purchase year-round. Compared to, say, a Hershey's chocolate bar or just an M&M's or something. Like candy canes, a lot harder to find outside of December. And I imagine there's a bunch of stocking stuffer things. Christmas has certainly become very, very commercialized and just an excuse for people to waste their money, or people to be convinced to waste their money. And I find that often a lot of people go year to year saving up for 11 months, or even worse, using credit cards to buy Christmas gifts and then having to pay off those credit cards for 11 months, and they never really get ahead in life when they actually had an opportunity to. Certainly a lot of people never had the opportunity in the first place, but people are oversold on buying things. Generally, if I want something, I buy it for myself. If I want somebody else to buy it for me, then I give them a very specific list and usually a deadline, because I might not need it after a while. I'll just buy it for myself, and I do that year round. I don't wait for gifts for other people. And generally why I do that is because things go on sale and you can save money in the long run if you budget and think things through. Things are at their most expensive usually around Christmas, and you often nowadays have to go through the most frustration because you're standing in lines for that very important, very popular gift. You're fighting crowds. You're just doing all the things that nobody really likes out of some sense of obligation. I'd be perfectly fine, but just to receive like IOUs during Christmas, of course I am an older person, and little kids wouldn't be fine with that. I'm not making any progress because I'm not really looking. Instead, I'm kind of talking about Christmas. We're looking for cookies, grapes, wings, a glass of water, octopus, duster, umbrella, watch, bowling ball, monkey, baseball, plum. Interesting, none of these items really scream Christmas to me. Here's that. Here's a monkey riding a motorcycle. Let's see. Plum. I'm going back and forth. Here's a baseball. Glass of water. This thing is, whatever this is not what. Here's some grapes. There is an octopus right here. Umbrella, watch, plum, duster. Technically this is a duster, but so is this. I guess you'd call that a broom more. You could almost eliminate anything on this lower row because it's just too close to the button. But I wouldn't do that because I honestly think that they just kind of poorly programmed this. You could have just had this symbol that shows up on the cursor right here at the bottom in the middle, and then you had to click on that button to go back. Let's see, we're looking for a glass of water, a cookie, a wing. Here's a wing. Here's a cookie. An umbrella, which I suppose that is that. A watch. And last thing we're looking for is a glass of water. And this looks like a glass of water, but that's not it. And this could be anything. I cannot tell what this is. Whether that's a cat with a bow in front of its face on a statue, or like I have no idea. Congratulations, you've acquired a useful item, a log. And so if we use the scotch tape on this, I guess I was wrong. And so we have a clock hand. Maybe we could do this with the scotch tape. We've got that now. So back, come over here, get some more water, and give a log to the beaver. The beaver is going to proceed by himself. I couldn't even read that text that long. It didn't stay there long enough. We get a tiny bell. Don't think there's too much more. It's a hole. You have to fill it with something. Christmas hat? Let's see. Is this part of it? Or this? Or this? Okay, so we have to do a lot of work. Really. It's gonna be a lot of actions necessary to finish that. Scoop this. Scoop this. Scoop with this. I could pull this thing, but I can't hook it. So, am I supposed to use the beret on that? Or the clock handle? Sponge on that? And the two new things that we unlocked are just those two hidden object things. And what's our goal? Patch the hole in the chimney. And unless it's something simple like a sponge. It's locked with 2 missing symbols. I don't think I have either one of those missing symbols. Well, it's been another 30 minutes, and I do feel like these hidden object games are short, but they're not that short. In fact, I would say that this one is kind of frustrating because it has major difficulty spikes. Like, there's not a lot of dialogue going on here, nothing really where the main character is either talking to themselves, giving themselves some guidance, giving the player some guidance. So I'm like, in an hour I've already 4 or 5 times been lost, like not knowing what I'm supposed to collect, not knowing where I'm supposed to go, not knowing what I'm supposed to do. And this is really not the style of game where that's welcome. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.